Hello. I just wanted to comment on a couple of things that I saw in today's news. The first one is the Republican debate last night. Um, the main thing I wanted to concentrate though on was Newt Gingrich's answers. I have found them to be compelling, but also because they defend the history and the culture of America. They are what is conservative. Most of the time, I don't agree with most of what Newt Gingrich does or says or has proposed, but at least last night, I found the reaction of the audience, which gave him a standing ovation at one time, very impressive. His answers were answers that I wish I could give on the fly. Um, I'm not that good, um, but it is one of the reasons why so many people like him. He does well at debates. I still believe he's a big government Republican in many ways, but maybe he's changed. I don't know. Probably not. But I hope that as we look at representatives who could be our next president, um, we at least embrace the ideas that he spoke last night. In particular, was his answer to Juan Williams, because the entire question presupposed that because he's a white male and a conservative and a Republican, that he's basically a racist. He's a bigot because he proposed that people of color or poor people get a job. And how in America did that become racism? That was exactly what Juan Williams was trying to get him to admit, or to at least make him look bad. And he shot it out of the court. He took it not to Juan Williams, but he took it to the idea of what Juan Williams is saying. He showed the people in the audience and the people that watched that answer what it means to believe in capitalism, to believe in the system of freedom that capitalism gives each and every one of us. And whether or not we agree or disagree with Newt Gingrich or whoever is our favorite candidate, that was most impressive. We don't normally see that kind of clear conservative thinking and words from a Republican, especially a national Republican. It is a shame, but it is what it is. And I don't know why we don't see it very often, but it is what happens. And I am just glad that at least at this one event, it was spoken clearly and succinctly. Gotta get this camera straightened out here. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was a news article. I don't know if probably hardly none of us read it. I only saw it on the web, so of course I didn't read it either. But the Newsweek headline is basically about how smart Obama is and how stupid all of his detractors are. And this just goes along with, again, with what Juan Williams said. Not only are they calling us a racist, but they're basically saying that we're all stupid because we can't see the brilliance of Obama. And as I've said in my other videos, it is a shame that smart people, and the guy who wrote it is a smart guy, even write something like that, something so condescending and so wrong. Anyone can see that Obama is basically a very foolish person. He may have become president, but that doesn't make you smart just by being president. He's wrong about the history of the country. He's wrong about the culture of the country. He's wrong in particular about where his leadership is taking the country. He's destroying the economy. He's destroying the ability for jobs to be created unless they're done by government. And And we can see that in the employment figures. We can see it in the housing figures. We can see it in any number of ways. Food costs are going up. Gas keeps going up. Everything is going up, either because of regulation or because the economy is poor and people have to make money, and so they raise their prices because their prices are being raised. And how anyone could write an article, even in a stupid magazine like Newsweek, and say that everybody who disagrees with Obama is basically dumb, can't understand what he's trying to do, can't figure out because he's too smart, he's running rings around us. It just boggles the mind when you hear stuff like that, when you read stuff like that. And I think that most of these questionnaire people, even in Fox, think that because they live in Washington, because they hang around all the smart people in D.C. or New York or California, they are just smarter than us, or they have access to more smart people, and therefore their questions or their philosophy should be listened to. And as I said previously, one of the things I hope to get out of these conversations is to find other souls that think like I do, and maybe find some that don't but are willing to at least engage in common courtesy conversations. I just truly believe that most Americans are just like that audience that stood up. They're not in flyover country. They're in a part of the country that believes that America is great, that with capitalism, even though you got bad morals and bad people that run parts of capitalism, the majority of capitalism is good. It creates jobs. It creates the opportunity for someone to get ahead. And as Newt says last night, he hopes to create jobs and teach people how to exist in a job and get by in a job and make money and then own the job. That was a great line. It's important to find or to be available to have hope and to have expectations that you can get beyond where your situation is today. And so I just want to express that we need to believe that things can change, and hopefully they will. But we have to find the right people. We have to find people that don't believe that government is the answer. Thank you.